going on, everybody? It's the Iron Wolf. I'm here again. And what do we got going on today? Well, as you know, in my own way, I've been following the whole Sargon versus Patreon thing. And yes, I in one video I made a call to arms because we should rally to creators being thrown off Patreon. And in another video, I said, yeah, it's both their faults. And I still say we should rally. But, oh boy, our good friend Razorfist, he didn't even do a rant. He talked to us. He put away the character, and he just talked straight. I mean, he had some of his own humor and smart ass remarks, but for the most part, it was a warning that conversation is breaking down, and lack of a better term, shit's getting real. He ain't that far off. I mean, take one look at France and what's going on in Europe right now, and yeah, conversations are breaking down. Look at the fighting between Antifa and the Proud Boys. I mean, this is just my additional 2 cents on his couple grand he just laid down on us. But yeah, the writing's on the wall, people. Conversations are breaking down. I mean, take a look around. People are being disowned because of what they believe politically and ideologically. That's insane. I mean, when Trump got elected president, I lost the friendship of a brother Marine who I call little brother. He and I had gone through A school together. We weren't exactly in the same unit, but we were stationed in Hawaii together. When he had his problems, no one else would sit there and let him cry on his shoulder but me. But because Trump won, all of a sudden he's, going off the rails saying Trump's going to put him in camps, all this horrible stuff. And if I didn't agree with him, then I was a terrible human being. And he basically kicked me off his Facebook friends and refuses to speak to me ever again. I mean, this is the kind of crazy stuff that, regardless of where you fall on the political spectrum, is going on. I mean, I've had other friends where, I spoke out against Obama and some of his crazy stuff, and some people just refuse to flatly talk to me. I mean, hell, I haven't talked to a friend of mine in high school since Trump got elected, and she was mad at me because I didn't vote because, hey, my grandmother was lying on her deathbed. Presidents come and go. That was my last living grandparent. She was there about a minute, and then she was gone. So I chose to spend her last moments with her instead of voting for the presidency. Sue me. But but she asked me who I would have voted for, and I was like, I wouldn't have voted for Trump or Clinton because, like I've said before, it was a choice between a shit sandwich and douche soup. And she railed me that Hillary had all these great plans. It's like, well, why didn't she try to convince me of it? And that's where the conversation kind of went downhill, and we said our goodbyes, but I'm pretty sure I said goodbye to her for a long while because, well, anyways, it's getting to that point where I have literally lost friends that I have known for forever, or that I went through stuff like Marine Corps with over ideology. And Razorfist quoted a guy and said it best. It's when conversation starts where fists start to fly and battles happen. I can't argue with that one. I mean, look at what von Clausewitz had to say. War is simply diplomacy through other means. If you haven't read von Clausewitz on war, it'd be a good idea to read up on it. Because we're definitely coming to a head where it's not even going to be country lines anymore. It's going to be political ideal. It's going to be ideology. It's going to be an ideological war if it comes down to it. I know it's a bit hyperbolic, but the fight is going to come down to ideology, where country and flags really stop mattering, and it's what you believe that's really going to, damn you. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope all this absolute hysteria blows over, but I ain't gonna bury my head in the sand and just ignore the writing on the wall. The writing's in, folks. Conversations are breaking down. And I'm not going to blame the left. I'm not going to blame the right. Everybody's at fault. Conversations breaking down. Regardless of who stops it, who starts it. Something to think about going forward here because, as Razor said, and as I've said, the Patreon purge, that's the tech companies basically saying, our way of the highway, there is no more discourse. And you know what? People should have a right to vent their feelings. I mean, regardless of whether you get offended or not. Now, like I said with Sargon, what he said, probably not the smartest thing to say in the book, felt frankly stupid. But the punishment he got far exceeded the crime. As the statement goes, puritanical. The tech companies out of Silicon Valley have gone literally to the puritanical side in their quest for righteousness, and it's getting freaking scary. I mean, I've got only a really small platform, so I ain't got too much to worry about until the shit snowball rolls downhill and it only gets bigger as it goes farther. But anyways, that's my feelings on it. If you guys haven't seen Razorfist's video about the Great Patreon Purge, I highly suggest you go check it out because it's not his normal ranting and raving. He actually stops and puts away the razor and actually talks to us like, you know, himself as a real human being. Not to say Razorfist isn't a real human being, and I don't thoroughly enjoy his stuff, but it's getting real, guys. It's getting real. It's the Iron Wolf. Watch your asses.